Hello, in this video I will be showing you how to make an online quiz in Canvas. So you want to log into your course and then click on Quizzes on the left. And let's add a quiz. Want to name the quiz? Let's say quiz 6. You should probably write some sort of description, at least, some sort of statement about the honor system and taking this seriously. You want to put it under the quiz assignment group. Shuffle answers if you want. You can set a time limit. But let's say, any more than 40 minutes and, something bad might be happening. You can control when they see the correct answers. So, for example, if you're concerned about students working together, then you can show correct answers after the quiz closes, so that way when one student submits their answers, they can't necessarily just look at another one. And then other than that, you set the due date, the availability, and if you have it locked, you realistically want to have it locked after the due date. And once you have it locked, they can't go back in and see their correct answers. So even if you only give one attempt, you should still set until to be a lot later in the semester so they can look back on what they did. So let's look at the questions. So we can have a new question, and there's a couple of different options, multiple choice. If you have multiple choice where multiple answers could be correct, then you want to select multiple answers instead. There's a couple of other options, but for the most part, we're going to focus on multiple choice. So we can write something like solve the following equation. And to write an equation, we want to hit this math equation. And in the basic mode, everything's formatted nicely for you. If you're familiar with LaTeX, then you can literally just type in whatever and you have more functionality that way. But for our purposes, the basic view is just fine. So we want to insert the equation. Probably should make it larger. If students have difficulty seeing this on their computer, and that goes for the text too. We'll just err on the side of caution. And so down here you can see you can put in whatever the answer is. Let's say the correct answer is x is -2/3. It's probably not, but let's say it is. Then you can put in incorrect answers for the other ones. And realistically, you can add more answers if you want more options, or if you want fewer options, let's say I only want 3 options here, I can delete this answer. The best part about this is if you purposely come up with incorrect answers that are common mistakes, and you want this to be a learning tool for them, if I know what the mistake is that would lead to them getting x equals -4, then I can literally write down a response here to say, don't forget about the denominator, or something. And in that case, only if they pick that answer will it show them that comment as a result. If they pick the other answer 4/5, it'll just say incorrect and won't make any mention. On the bottom, these options will just say in general. So in general, if you got any wrong answer, like regardless of which one you picked, I wanted to say, make sure you look back at your notes, or something reassuring like that. The light blue is a comment that will show up regardless of whether they got the question right or wrong, if there's just some general comment you want to make. And then green, I'm not sure why you would want to leave a comment for the correct answer other than good job. Update question. And now that's a question that appears. So let's do one that is multiple answers. So let's say a linear equation can have blank solutions. We know correct answers could be one solution, but it can also have no solution. And so to make this a possible correct answer, we want to click on the green arrow to the left. And infinitely many solutions. And I want to add a couple of other wrong answers, like 2 solutions. There, now it's fixed. Or 3 solutions, so those are wrong. So that way, if they pick any of these, great, and if they pick any of these ones, it says wrong. And realistically for this, they have to pick exactly the correct ones to be marked right. So they'll only get partial credit if they selected maybe 1 and infinitely many, but forgot to select 2, or no. Finally, it's possible to have equations in your answers. So let's say we want to simplify the following. Let's say 3 times x minus 1 plus 4x. Again, let's make this larger. Let's make this larger. There. So, in the correct answer, I would like to write 7x minus 3. So, I could totally just type 7x minus 3. But if I want it nicely formatted, then we have to hit the little pencil And then that gives you the normal HTML dialog box, so that I can literally write in the equation 7x minus 3, make it larger, and done. And then, I can put in correct answers similarly. And then that's it. We update the question, and we're good. So I want to save this, and let's just preview it. I don't want to publish it, it's going to really confuse my students. But in any case, this is what that looks like. Like I said, the benefit of doing the equations is that you can see this a lot easier than in question 1, where the text is a lot smaller. So we can just select things, and then if you scroll down, you can see the results of the comments that you've left. Like any wrong answer comments will show up. So don't forget to actually publish the quiz, and realistically, on the home page, or in modules, so let's say in modules, you would like to add the quiz somewhere obvious. So let's say I want to add a module for quizzes, and then once I do that, I can go into add quizzes, and I'll add quiz 6. And add the item, and then that way it will show up there. So hopefully this has been helpful for you, and let me know if you have any questions.